For this not guilty of the indecent crime, Santa Barbara County spent almost $2 million and 4 months in trial. Michael Jackson is no longer bound. Which of the following stand out to you the most? For this list, we're looking at court cases involving well-known individuals who were highly publicized due to the circumstances surrounding the case or the startling information they disclosed. Tell us in the comments below. Number 10. Over a hamburger, Oprah appears in court, 1997. Were you aware that making defamatory remarks about food could result in legal action? When I first started this trial, the hardest thing for me to do was to be myself. During one episode of her popular talk show, Oprah was speaking with a guest who was linking the consumption of beef to various neurodegenerative diseases. The story of how Oprah got sued for criticizing a burger may sound like an Onion article, but it was hilariously real. Executives from the cattle industry then sued Winfrey and her guest, alleging that their remarks had cost them millions of dollars in lost revenue. Part of the reason why Oprah Winfrey is being sued for millions of dollars for allegedly disparaging the beef industry is because she influences her audience. The case went to court, but the jury found that the law in question did not apply to her case, and she was found not guilty. Number 9. Katy Perry attempted to pay about $15 million for an old convent in Los Angeles, but the transaction was hampered by complicated real estate laws. The Archbishop wants to sell the property to her, but the nuns are refusing, claiming that they already sold the property to someone else in the late 2010s. A hearing was held to help resolve the conflict over the convent's disputed ownership. Unfortunately, one of the nuns, a sister named Catherine Rose Holtzman, reportedly collapsed and died in court today, explaining her desire to stop pop star Katy Perry from purchasing the property. Her final words were reportedly, "Katy Perry, please stop." Another nun's sister, Rita Callanan, then told Perry that she had blood on her hands due to the sudden death of Holtzman, regardless of Perry. Number 8. From 1996 to 2007, Anna Nicole Smith, a well-known Playboy model, fought for her husband's inheritance. Smith's marriage to Marshall only lasted 13 months before he passed away. The media brutally attacked Smith and generally referred to him as a gold seeker. Smith wasn't mentioned in his will, but she said that Marshall promised to leave her his sizable share in the Coca-Cola company. "Once we get married, you know, half of everything is mine," he said, shocking her. It was also very drawn out and ultimately reached the Supreme Court. Sadly, Smith passed away from a prescription overdose before the case could be resolved. Greetings, Brian. Anna Nicole Smith. She was discovered unconscious in her hotel room early this afternoon, and attempts to resuscitate her there were unsuccessful. Number 7. Gwyneth Paltrow is deceptively promoting 2018. Even though Gwyneth Paltrow is a talented actor, her reputation has been severely damaged by Goop. Good morning, everyone. Allow me to walk you through my morning ritual. Upon waking up, I often head directly to the gym after having my coffee. Upon returning home, I perform my modest skincare routine. Her notorious lifestyle company sold a variety of products such as quartz vaginal eggs, which were said to improve women's sexual and mental health. However, many customers refused to buy the products, arguing that they were nothing more than hoax remedies. The criticisms against Goop and her company were so strong that they were brought to court. The prosecution won the case, and Goop was ordered to pay nearly $150,000 in damages. The lifestyle brand owned by Gwyneth Paltrow has decided to settle for 6 figures for deceptive advertising. Number 6. Smollett fakes a hate crime, Jessica 2019. Empire actress Jessie Smollett stunned everyone in January of that year. Smollett stated that he was the victim of a hate crime committed by 2 Donald Trump supporters wearing masks. What is it about the attacks that are making you so upset, or the perpetrators themselves? But soon after the truth came to light, it was discovered that the actor had staged the attack and had paid 2 people to assist him. This led to intense criticism and legal action from the city of Chicago in April of that year. Currently, the Chicago police are investigating whether or not Empire actor Jeffrey Smollett paid 2 men to stage an attack against him. They are seeking reimbursement for the $130,000 they had spent on the investigation after the initial charges were dropped. After providing fake police reports, Smollett was found guilty of disorderly conduct during the brief second trial, which started in November 2021. He was sentenced to 150 days in jail and more than 2 years of probation after a jury found him guilty of 5 of the 6 counts of disorderly behavior. Number 5. Harvey Weinstein inspires me to 2020. In October of 2017, one of the key figures in the Hollywood machine was brought down. I can promise you that forensic proof is not required to prove this case. During that month, over 80 women accused producer Harvey Weinstein of inappropriate conduct. These accusations ignited the Me Too movement and the Weinstein effect as a whole. The ensuing 2020 trial was peculiar. Weinstein appeared in court using a walker and complaining of excruciating back pain, but some said he was attempting to win people over by looking fragile and elderly. How do you respond to that? Take a look at him. The jury deliberated for 5 full days, which caused a great deal of anxiety among the public. They returned with 2 guilty verdicts, and Weinstein was given a 23-year prison sentence. The former movie mogul looked shocked by the decision as he was wheeled out of his seat and taken to the 4th jail. Number 4. In the spring of 2022, there was nowhere you could go without hearing about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Amber has accused Johnny Depp mistreats her throughout their years-long relationship. After her writing a defamatory opinion piece in the Washington Post, Depp protected his name and sued Heard. He further asserted that it was Heard who was violent toward him and not the other way around. He filed a $50 million lawsuit alleging defamation, and she launched a $100 million countersuit. As a result, the trial went viral across the country, with numerous live-stream videos becoming popular on social media. Millions of people saw these videos, and they became several memes. It's been more of a circus than a court case, showing how social media has influenced how news and information are distributed in this day and age. The whole thing makes me incredibly depressed because these are damaged individuals who are still doing damage to each other. Number 3 is Michael Jackson's 2005 media circus. Following years of speculation, Michael Jackson appeared in court in 2005 when the state of California's citizens squared off against Michael Joe Jackson. Regarding the charges that Jackson faced involving minors, there are concerns about whether the most well-known defendant in the country will receive a fair trial. Michael Jackson's trial in California lasted for 4 months and resulted in a media circus. Numerous news outlets portrayed Jackson negatively, and journalists criticized the media's coverage of the trial, labeling it dishonorable and inaccurate. Jackson was also defended by several well-known celebrities, including Chris Tucker, Jay Leno, and Macaulay Culkin. In the end, Jackson was found not guilty of all charges and was declared not guilty 10 times. This was a dramatic end to one of the most sensational trials in entertainment history. Number 2, Bill Cosby ruins a stellar reputation in 2017 and 2018. Bill Cosby's decline from prominence as a living American legend was considered a national symbol for many years. Bill Cosby's alleged inappropriate behavior went mostly unnoticed for decades until comedian Hannibal Buress referred to his harmful and dangerous behavior while on stage. Dozens of women came forward alleging that Cosby had attacked them in some way, and the whole thing culminated in a legal battle with Andrea Constand. Most of the cases, aside from Constand's, fell outside the statute of limitations, shielding Cosby from legal action. After the 2005 deposition of Andrea Constand was made public, a trial pitting her against William H. Cosby Jr. received a great deal of media attention. The trial featured 2 days of emotionally charged testimony from Constand and her mother. After a mistrial in 2017 and a second trial in 2018, Cosby was found guilty on 3 counts and given a sentence of 3 to 10 years in prison. However, this was overturned in June 2021 because the Philadelphia Supreme Court ruled that Cosby's due process rights had been violated. As a result, the conviction was overturned, and he was released in June 2021, less than 3 years behind bars. Number 1. In 1994, O.J. Simpson created the trial of the century. There is no disputing that O.J. Simpson's trial is the most sensational celebrity trial in history. Before the trial, Simpson was considered a great football player who had played for the Buffalo Bills for a long time. He was an American icon, his story the American dream, having grown up in the San Francisco projects and going on to become a record-setting NFL running back and Hall of Famer. After the trial, however, Simpson became famous only for the trial due to its immense cultural impact. Perhaps the most contentious verdict in recent court history was the jury's finding that the defendant, John Orenthal James Simpson, was not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Section 187 of the Penal Code. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.